I have made my decision. We might never see each other again. P.S. Please stop speaking ill of your sister-in-law.
Got it? You've pushed Mom to this point. It's all your fault. Bring Mom back.
Being accused without reason is utterly exasperating. Just so you know, it's you who repeatedly tried to deceive. Well, I won't hesitate to throw that "it's your fault" boomerang right back at you, right in your face. Brace yourself. My name is Olivia, and I'm 43 years old. I live with my husband, and we don't have any children. Even though it's just the two of us, my husband Michael is only in the US for half of the year. He travels around the world as a photographer, which keeps him away from home for extended periods. While it can be lonely at times, I don't mind waiting for him. The intercom at my house rang.
Olivia, it's me.
Hi, Nancy, I'll open the door.
I bought some sweets, thinking we could enjoy them together. It's your favorite chiffon cake.
Thank you. Since my father-in-law passed away last year, my mother-in-law, Nancy, has started visiting my home more often. She contacts me 2 or 3 times a week, asking if she can come over. Apparently, she finds being alone at home quite dull. Contrary to common expectations, our relationship as daughter-in-law and mother-in-law is quite good. We visit each other's homes, go shopping, and even travel together. I don't see it as an obligation. We genuinely enjoy each other's company. Nancy is kind and lovely, but she has become a bit forgetful since living alone. She often gets lost in thought or repeats the same stories multiple times. It's surprising because she's still in her 60s. I want to support her so that my husband can focus on his work abroad without worries. In an ideal situation, my husband's older brother, David, and his wife, Sophia, should be the ones looking out for Nancy as the eldest son. But I won't say anything old-fashioned like that out loud. The truth is, David has some strong quirks, and his wife, Sophia, is no different. When they're together, just having a conversation drains both my physical and mental energy. Despite their age, they're quite self-centered, almost reckless. We simply don't get along. So, Nancy ends up relying on me instead. As I'm brewing tea, the intercom rings once again. Who could it be?
It's me. Is Mom there?
Yo. Sup, Nancy?
Their voices echo, and I can't help but grimace. Nancy wears the same expression. Dropping by without any notice, truly uncouth behavior. What should we do?
Seems like they have some business with me. Can't be helped.
With a sigh, she responds. I agree and open the front door, and there they are.
Yo, Olivia. Sup?
Yo. Sup?
They barge right in. I was at a loss for words in response to such an overly familiar and impolite greeting.
Why aren't you at your house, Mom?
Because I don't want to see you too.
Come on, that's harsh, even for your son.
What's the intention of going all the way to Olivia's house uninvited?
I'm in a hurry, you get it?
Nancy's attitude is one of exasperation.
I've said it many times, but I don't have any money to lend to you too.
Come on, please, I'm really counting on you.
As he says this, he helps himself to my chiffon cake. Wasn't that supposed to be a humble request? And to begin with, I can't fathom the nerve of eating someone else's chiffon cake, especially when it's my favorite. Seeing this, Sophia chimes in.
Olivia, what about mine?
There isn't any left.
Huh? Seriously? I wanted some.
Why would she assume there's any left?
David! Cut it out! Every time you see me, you ask for money. What do you think I am?
But you are my mom.
You idiot! That's not what I'm talking about.
David and Sophia were discontented expressions.
Well, with Dad gone, there's plenty of money, right?
Ha! There isn't.
That's a lie. You're always giving plenty to Michael, aren't you?
Exactly.
What are you talking about?
Otherwise, how could he afford to travel abroad all the time? It's always Michael getting special treatment.
It's not just travel, it's work. Calling it special treatment seems unfair. It's work. When there's a job, whether it's for an extended period or in a dangerous location, he has to go. It's not all fun and games, you know? I say this with an irritated tone, but they seem completely unfazed.
By the way, where is he currently?
Right now, he's spending about a month capturing photos of the aurora.
Wow, that's amazing!
It's freezing at around -22 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's not a touristy location, it's in the outskirts. It's not all fun and games.
Going overseas just to take photos seems unfair.
I'm flabbergasted. What on earth are they up to since earlier? My husband works diligently, after all. They have no right to complain, especially when they spend money recklessly on dining out and entertainment, constantly asking Nancy for pocket money.
In any case, I won't lend any money. Besides, I don't even have any to spare.
Stingy.
Stingy is just fine.
I'll keep asking until you lend it to me.
Stop being so shameless.
Seeing stubborn Nancy, the two of them seem to give up.
If you won't talk about money, you can come in. I won't be home on Monday because of the neighborhood association trip.
Humph, I won't go.
You're not a very endearing son.
Geez, it's always Michael and Olivia getting special treatment.
He mutters these parting words before leaving, complaining about favoritism. We just don't get along.
I apologize, Olivia. They have a rather naive way of thinking.
Yes. Still, from her perspective, David is her son, so she probably can't be too forceful. I'd prefer not to be involved if I could help it. As I sadly observe the devoured chiffon cake, Nancy apologizes again, and I shake my head. Somehow, those two need to change. 3 days later. As usual, Nancy has come over to visit. Tomorrow is the neighborhood association trip day. Originally, she enjoyed going out with her husband, but since becoming a widow, she stopped venturing far. I encouraged her, thinking it's best to explore while she's still healthy. After all, life is long, and there's much to enjoy.
Olivia, what kind of souvenir would you like?
Chiffon cake is a must.
Understood.
Where are you staying?
Oh, didn't I mention it? It's a day trip to the spa.
Ah, I see. At that moment, her phone rang.
Oh, who could it be?
The screen displayed the name David. Quickly, I turned on the speaker function. It feels a bit like eavesdropping, but I have a bad feeling about this.
Mom? It's me, David.
What's wrong?
I've misused company funds. Please, can you lend me some money? I promise to pay it back.
We were all taken aback.
Is this some kind of scam?
Mom, are you listening? Can you lend me money?
Anxious, Nancy confirmed over the phone.
Who are you?
Huh? It's me, David.
His self-identification confirms it's really him.
Please, I'll lose my job. Help me out, Mom!
Why did you misuse company funds without permission?
I'm sorry. It was my mistake.
I know that he's a truck driver, spending most of his working hours alone, even managing his time card within the truck. In other words, he doesn't handle company funds directly. So how can he claim to have used them? It's not right to resort to such tactics just because he can't borrow money. And honestly, who falls for this cookie-cutter scam phone call? I thought to myself, but then.
What should we do?
She seemed flustered. Could she actually believe it? Falling for a suspicious scam she should recognize. Perhaps it's because they prey on her concern for family members. What a despicable method. I addressed Nancy. Please calm down. It's a scam using the classic technique. It's just family mischief.
Hey! We were almost there. Don't interfere.
Deceiving people is despicable.
I have no choice. If Mom won't lend me money, this is all I can do.
Nancy seemed relieved. But then, her frustration surfaced.
David! Cut it out with your teasing.
Mom, you're the one who should lend me some money.
Honestly, if you were using the borrowed money for living expenses, it would be one thing. But you're going to gamble, aren't you?
I'll increase it. I'm going to the casino.
Absolutely not.
Fine, then lend me enough that I won't need to go.
What a twisted argument. It infuriates me just listening.
You have no intention of paying it back.
But it'll eventually be mine anyway, won't it?
David, that's a conversation for after I'm gone, isn't it?
Well, I mean.
Honestly, it's always about money with you. That's why I haven't entrusted you with a key to my home.
She was trembling with anger. It's painful to hear.
Wait, then who has the key to your house?
Olivia does.
Even though she is just my younger brother's wife?
How dare you say that? She's more reliable than you.
Huh?
Humph. You know what? Soon enough, I'll be gone, just as you wish.
She spits out those words. I can't stay silent any longer. David, this is too much. There are things you shouldn't say.
Don't butt in!
Do you understand how your mom feels?
Don't act like you know. Let me talk to Mom.
I'll handle the rest. Bye. As the call ends, she smiles, but the shock still lingers.
He's a troublesome son. Talking directly always leads to arguments.
I want to help, but I fear that intervening will only make things worse. How about sending messages? It might help you both stay calm.
Maybe I should try that.
She starts composing a message. The next day. As planned, Nancy went on her day trip to the spa. Concerned about yesterday's incident, I didn't want to leave her alone. Please stop by my place on your way back. I'll have dinner prepared. I messaged her. In response, she sent photos taken at bus stops and service areas in real time. She looked so happy, standing shoulder to shoulder with the other neighborhood association members. I hope she can truly relax at the spa. It seems my wish was granted. When she returned, she had a cheerful expression.
It was wonderful.
I'm glad she regained her energy. As we looked at the photos she sent, she shared stories of her trip.
We took a walk along the river before going to the spa.
That sounds exceptional.
It was enjoyable, but I'm exhausted. Even for a day trip, it's quite tiring. Michael, who travels all over the world, has an incredible job.
Absolutely.
Let's have some chiffon cake together. I'll have mine with coffee.
Understood. As I was preparing coffee in the kitchen, my phone rang. Oh no. I muttered aloud, knowing that only David would call me like this. What could he want? Hello?
It's all your fault.
His voice blared through the phone. Huh? I was taken aback by his sudden anger.
You're the reason, Mom.
His words trailed off, and I could hear Sophia yelling in the background.
Murderer.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Mom has passed away. And it's because of you.
What? I was utterly confused. How could I be responsible for Nancy's death?
You don't know? Let me enlighten you. Yesterday, I received a message from Mom. It said, if things continue like this, I'll have to make a decision. We might never see each other again. P.S. Stop bad-mouthing Olivia. Got it? Because of you, Mom is gone.
Huh? I have no idea what interpretation to make of it. It's certainly the kind of message an older person might send, just the facts, but anyone involved in yesterday's conversation should be able to understand it. But Nancy is at home.
That can't be. Don't try to deceive me. Now is the chance. No, the only time. No, right now. Hand over the key to Mom's home.
The key?
Well, we need it for the funeral preparations.
I understand the intention. While Nancy is away on a day trip, David is attempting to deceive me and search Nancy's home. And to think the trip is just a day trip. He wouldn't expect Nancy to be at my home both yesterday or today. I hold nothing but contempt for him, for engaging in fraudulent activities for money and treating his own mother as if she were already gone. It's not a matter of loose screws. He's missing some essential component required for basic human decency. He can't fathom the anger and sorrow Nancy and I feel. Unforgivable. There's something I need to verify. Could you come over?
Understood. I'll be right there. Prepare the key and wait.
I apologized to Nancy, who was relaxing in the living room, and asked her to buy some coffee milk. She stepped out of the house, unaware of the situation. David and Sophia appeared with unwarranted confidence.
Yo, sup, Olivia.
Yo, sup.
David greeted, and Sophia echoed the same. It was all too normal. According to them, Nancy had passed away, but their lack of attention to detail was glaring. David demanded the key to Nancy's home. I wiped my eyes with a handkerchief.
What's wrong?
I can't believe Nancy's gone. They both stared at me, bewildered. They couldn't forget the fictional scenario they'd set up.
Oh, right.
David finally said, and Sophia chimed in with a poorly acted.
Yes, it's so sad.
It's your fault.
Oh. That's right. You have no right to cry.
They finally seemed to recall the narrative where I had driven Nancy to her death. I discreetly pulled out my phone. Here's a photo I received from Nancy today. It showed her smiling amidst steam at the spa. They looked at it, wide-eyed.
Where is this?
I gazed into the distance. Where could it be? It almost looks like she's in the clouds. They gasped.
Heaven?
No way!
But wait! Mom's legs are missing!
It was just the steam obscuring her legs. Apparently, they didn't know she was at the spa. To further confuse them, I showed another photo, Nancy posing by the river. She looked tired, worn out from her walk. I muttered to myself. Looking at it this way, she seems to have lingering regrets.
Is this the river Styx?
No way!
Cut it out! Mom is on a trip, isn't she?
What's going on?
No, it's different. Well,
This situation isn't my fault. I haven't done anything. Please don't suspect me. They panic, alternating glances between me and the photos. Their fictional tale has become reality, and fear grips them.
Come on, let's stop this.
shut up. There's no turning back now.
I look at the two of them with a bitter expression. Let's put an end to this nonsense. It's about time they admit their lies and apologize. I think this will make things clear. It's from Nancy. Please enjoy. I say, opening the box of souvenir chiffon cake. Surely, they'll notice. But no, they don't.
Is this a funeral gift?
No way!
Is the funeral already over?
We weren't even invited. Clearly, Nancy is still upset.
How did they arrive at this conclusion? Look closely. Are they so paralyzed by fear that they can't think straight? Their faces turn pale, and despair fills their eyes. Tears well up.
Is Mom really gone?
Come on, calm down.
Huh? So in the end, who's to blame?
It's you. When I was about to reveal the truth, the intercom buzzed. To my surprise, it was my husband Michael. He had returned early from his overseas shoot.
Surprise!
What's going on? I thought your return was still a while away.
The shoot finished sooner than expected. Oh! Why are you here?
Then he noticed David and Sophia, both wiping tears.
Hey, what happened?
Michael, Mom, she.
Oh! I just saw her outside.
Ha!
Listen, I had a close call while skiing in the mountains. I slipped and almost ended up encased in ice.
David and Sophia turned even paler.
Are you sure you just slipped?
Yeah, I hit my head and thought I might pass out.
Wait, did you see Mom?
Yeah,
But you're not supposed to be back yet.
my work is done.
Wait a minute, do you realize what's happening to you?
Oh no!
Michael chuckled.
What are you talking about? It's surreal and beautiful. You guys should go see it too.
Ha!
It's the aurora, looks like angels descending from the sky.
Is it time for us to be taken?
We're not ready yet.
They both shook their heads and broke into a cold sweat.
Hey, we're leaving. I've been feeling chills, and I don't want to stay here anymore.
Chills?
Yeah, I have a bad feeling.
Isn't it just your imagination? Were you always this sensitive? My husband tried to stop them.
It's fine. Since you're already here, take your time. I'm sure Mom will be back soon.
Hearing that, David and Sophia audibly gasped.
Mom? Coming back soon?
Yeah, she told me she'd be right back.
Whoa!
No way!
The two of them screamed and rushed out of the house. However, they collided with Nancy, who had just returned.
Oh!
No, no!
What's going on with you two? Screaming like that when you see someone's face.
Mom, weren't you on a trip? You said so.
Ha! The trip ended a while ago.
But... is this a lie?
It was short but nice. It felt like ascending to heaven.
Wait! Please wait. I'll change. I promise. Don't go yet, Mom!
David began to cry, distorting his face. Surprised, Nancy said,
Well, that's good. But what's going on?
Sophia continued crying in fear. My husband, still bewildered, stood there speechless. But the explanation would come later. Could you please stop asking for money? You said you'd change your ways, right?
Fine. I'll stop.
I'm relieved to hear those words. Perhaps he's realizing that his joking requests aren't appropriate.
What on earth is going on?
I have no idea.
Well, let me explain. It's been a while since my husband returned home, and I'd love to hear about the Auroras. But it might be a lengthy conversation, so I'll make some tea. Thankfully, there's plenty of chiffon cake. Later, David, who had been complaining of chills, suddenly developed a fever. Given how much he was sweating earlier, it's not surprising. Maybe it's just a fever of the mind. However, both David and Sophia are now acting as if they've been cursed or struck by lightning, completely different from their usual selves. They're intense in their beliefs. Well, you could also say they're straightforward. If only they'd reflect on their behavior and live earnestly. That's what I hope for. As of now, I have no intention of forgiving him, and his remorse won't erase what he did. No matter how much time passes, we'll never see eye to eye. However, for Nancy, David will always be her son. He's like a mischievous child who grew up without changing. They say that the more troublesome children are, the more endearing they become. And just like before, I'm sure Nancy will forgive him repeatedly. But when she heard the whole story, Nancy was furious. From phone scams to attempted theft, and even the souvenirs she had thoughtfully bought turned into funeral gifts for herself, anyone would be angry. She scolded him.
At your age, don't you know the difference between right and wrong? You fool!
I'm sorry.
At least he apologized instead of arguing back. Then Nancy added,
But don't worry, I'm still going strong.
She's not upset at all, she'll stay lively forever. David and I may not get along, but on that, we feel the same. My husband is leaving for work overseas again soon. He tells me that he's worried about the family, but everything will be all right if I take care of it. It's a mix of happiness and complexity. Whether it's keeping Nancy company over tea or watching over David, I'll take care of it all. He can go to work with peace of mind.
How did you find this story? And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to our channel. Until next time.